What is up, chat? It is your boy Jalen W, and we are here with Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, words can't express how long I've wanted to play this game for, because at first, like, when I heard about it, I was like, I ain't really give a fuck. Because it looked like some, like, corn shit, and then I heard it was a horror movie. I said, oh? And then I saw, like, a bunch of, like, my thing with this game is, I've always wanted to play it, but at the same time, I've been kind of scared to stream it, because I know there's a lot of crazy shit in this game. So I don't know how far I can take this shit before YouTube's, like, they're like waving the finger like, But, hey, we're here, so let's get it. J. That's what I always go with in, like, names. Bam, we're in. Just like that. That's crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do all the talking, right? Alright. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, we would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh idle in the front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jay. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine. But would you wait for me after all? I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jay, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you yesterday I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Huh? That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori to worry a little much about me when I'm perfectly content, just getting by on the average while spending free time on games and anime. That's so real. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I died to the thought of you being in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise that you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to use her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking at the announce of motivation clubs. Yuri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have just come down. Yeah, Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Me. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was even aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I was going to bring a new member, and Natsuki said cupcakes and everything. Yeah, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. You can't tell Sayori. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead, so, or if she's just coming as the twins is all out. Fuck! Sorry, I'm so over here. Okay, I'll speed it up. Okay, whew. Fine, I'll stop for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? A way to kill the atmosphere? Ah, Jay, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name apparently is Satsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into her ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to meet you again, Jay. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica? Sit down, Jay. Sit down, Jay. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me, or Monica. I'll get cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's before widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs the first, and Monica then follows. It's delicious. Sayori takes her mouthful and already managed to get the icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking a glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet, full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Huh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know. You dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Well, she carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself be intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of anything of the major clubs. Were you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing but the budget, publicity, and how to prepare events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great reader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't many people in the literature club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting in all the effort to start something brand new, especially if it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You would have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes schools events like festivals that much important. I'm confident that we'll all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Why did I say you know it? That was so... That you know it was definitely not enthusiastic. We're gonna slide though. I'll let it slide though. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Jay, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way to answer that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Natsuki's head suddenly perked up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign word. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about reading. She seemed so reversed and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like lots of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Huh? I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you can say that. But if the story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way to look at the world, only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scratch paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give me that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayori settles up to Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them, huh? Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It's the truest form of writing. It's writing to oneself. I fucked that up, sorry. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Deep. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough sharing hers. Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically... Did I say that right? At Monika. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jay? Monika smiles warmingly at me. Once again, I think I said that right. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But sorry, I thought Jay, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when I'm like this? That's it. If I'm writing poems, it's the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Well then, that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess? Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can... excuse me. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remembered tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Jay, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. I can really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills. I feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat and Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Jay, since we're already here, you want to walk home together? What did I do? You want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed home after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Definitely wasn't saying that with that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, fucking shit. and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a better chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of the circumstances, and I'm sure fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Alright, how do we do this? Oh, look at the little thing. Okay. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Because I guess it is to make, what's her name, Noxky more comfortable. So I guess that's what we should go for. Right, chat? I don't even think anybody's in here. Don't tell me Lust would be Yuri. Oh my god, why is Lust Yuri? I'm not gonna think too hard about that. Suicide. Y'all see this chat? Yeah, we not gonna talk about that? Okay, let me recollect my thoughts. Alright, fuck. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jay. I hope this is I hope this isn't too overwhelming overwhelming. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're accustomed to it. It's so cold in here. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you'll see the end of it. You won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jay always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Jay can become... how come you and Jay can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's nothing, really. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made something like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, excuse me. So any nice gestures from you would be a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it could keep your attention even if you usually don't read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is how this girl accidentally... skip it. I'm fumbling my words. Woo! She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are... Fuck, I went too fast. I went too fast. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter separated? Wow, never seen that word before. Sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed at something. I approach her in the case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books in the boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you really put into. you're really into until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bringing it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. It's a lone volume of manga Edness, a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull out one of the stacks. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand, then turns to the box of manga and then slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls is a series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either Fuck, I went to... God damn it! If you're gonna judge, you can go through it through the glass on the door. She points at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was just the tone in your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Jade. Consider this lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mellow. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arms and pulls me out of the closet, then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can read at the same time like that. Huh? Why's that? And I guess it's easier to come closer together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I say it's practically a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Why does it do that? Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip around the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there gonna be the plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess you know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginnings is important about the simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at an ice cream shop, but that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like, when they get into their backstories, and when some romance starts to happen, that's really what makes it so good. And there are many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like, I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone incomprehensible. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still all of the hobbies to pick up from the manga. That's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? What is that angle? We read for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something with you, like, with someone else, right? I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I don't really know. What do you mean? You don't share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends into reading this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of it yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Ugh, that's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Nino Ori? Minori? Yeah, Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it's always especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. In stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, as if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends. I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that Natsuki is whom is a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Huh? Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I should close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Was that really alright? I say mostly because I didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I didn't get fall behind on some shows if I did. In exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write the poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find somewhere to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is a wrinkled sheet, loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, since the poem was technically to make Natsuki feel comfortable sharing her poem, I'm sure it would reminisce with her more. I don't know about the suicide part though. Would that be... I mean, hold on. Hold on, I gotta save here. Oh yeah, and save. Oh wait, I just, okay. We'll do Natsuki first, since it was for her. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with hers first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said, yeah, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours wasn't really bad. You're supposed to show me how some dumb poem can make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. I, Natsuki, damn. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki, hold on. My bad, chat. I gotta go to the bathroom. Fucking, come on. I'll be right back, chat. you like I love you. Chat, I have returned, and unfortunately unfortunately I'm gonna have to cut this one short because I remembered I have to do something this weekend. So, but I will definitely, like, the second I get home, I will promise you I will continue this. I promise. What? I promise. But as always, it is your boy Jalen W, and I'm out this thing. Peace.